Well, it's 10 minutes past 4 p.m. and it's time for us to start another interesting conversation. Okay, I'm trying to ensure that my guest can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm going to try to see how I can be heard by him. Well, our conversation for this hour is on the abduction in Kebbi State. Yes, indeed. You have very likely heard that there were abductions in Kebbi. Of course, the president has ordered the swift rescue of the female students abducted, and the Kebbi State Governor, Nasir Idris, has assured parents of schoolgirls abducted that they will be rescued.
We have seen things by ourselves, and we see the parents that their children who have been abducted. And we give them confidence, we give them our words that we'll do everything possible to ensure that their children are being rescued. And we also assure them that let them have confidence in us, and we'll make sure that the security agencies will do everything possible to do the needful. That is the essence of our coming to Maga, to see our people, and also to give them confidence and to give them words of
Thank you.
All right. So, when I called to tell you about the conversation and, of course, explained that it was about abduction, I remember before I even gave you the headline, you had already heard about it and you were telling me
Yes.
about it. And if there was any doubt about your background in intelligence, I think that clears the doubt. But thank you once again for making the time. Now, my concern, as I expressed when we spoke, is about what has become not just culture but tradition. We've had school abductions for over 10 years. Chibok was in 2014. This is 2025. And it is still possible and maybe even easy for terrorists, bandits, hoodlums, whatever I want to call them, to go into a school in the north and abduct tens, maybe even hundreds of students successfully 10 years later. Why is this unabated? Why is it still easy for this to happen in a decade?
Okay. Thank you very much for inviting me. This is a very, very serious problem, very, very touchy. And I think people need to understand exactly what is going on. You know, like you said, from 2014 to 2025, we've had more than 2,000, school children captured, kidnapped, under detention, custody. And we have government officials, there is I don't know if you observe it, but there is this traditional drill that goes on. And that is when they kidnap them, the governor of that state will go there, make political statements. Inspector General of Police will send some policemen there, and they will all promise that it will never happen again. Then they go away. Then after 2-3 weeks or a month, another one happens again. So it is a game. they are playing. And it is very lucrative because when you start to capture en masse, large number of students from school, they wait for either their parents or even the government to come and pay the ransom and then collect them back. And they use the money to go and buy arms and ammunition and do other kinds of things. So the government itself need to wake up on this, because I think there are some people who are sponsoring these people to undermine the government, And this is what is going on. And I think we are not putting a finger on it yet.
Okay, sir. The big problem is that this has transcended governments. You remember in 2014, it was the administration of Goodluck Jonathan. The kidnappings made its way through Muhammadu Buhari, and now it is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If anybody's looking in the direction of, somebody is trying to make government look bad, the big question is which government? Because now we've had 3 governments.
Any government in power.
Okay.
Yes, because let's go back to Chibok girls. It is now public notice. Everybody is aware of this. Chibok girls were kidnapped because they want to make Jonathan government look bad. And they arranged that kidnap. Otherwise, there is no way 270-something girls will be captured. And on what? Did they put them in a lorry or a big bus? And then, of course, carted all of them away, hid them, In fact, the Jonathan government was not even sure, because they were not, they felt that it was a lie. So they didn't even react after some days until, they reacted. So that government was being targeted. When Buhari was coming into power, it is also in public notice. Some people, Baraje, a very, very high APC guy, has come out to say that they brought the bandits. They brought the bandits to come and help in case Jonathan wins. They are going to make the country ungovernable. But Jonathan, with his own intelligence that he gathered, decided to hand over. That is conceded. After he conceded, they abandoned the bandits. They didn't use them again. In fact, the governor of Kaduna State, El Rufai, the former governor, was paying them. He has come out to say it too. He was giving them compensation. But they are refusing to go back to where they are, where they came from. And today, they are still there harassing the government. So you find out that it is, and remember, we are going to another election. And as we approach that election, these bandits are becoming very, very unruly, because what is going to happen is that they are going to make the government look bad. So there you have it.
But Mr. Amachree, there has to be at least a semblance of political will, right? Government looking bad, government almost looking helpless. Some presidents, along with his, what I would call a structure, should at least have the will to, even if not tackle it completely, be seen to do something that makes it look like the defense of life and property is top priority.
Yes, that is the case, whereby everybody, security professionals, have been telling the government, especially the government of President Tinubu, that he should, exercise his political will. He has to exercise it. You don't keep it there and say, they are our party members, or, they are from the same religion with me. No, he has to exercise it. And of course, he has shown some of it by asking the service chiefs the police, the DSS, all of them to go out, against these people. But remember, these bandits are coming up with even more sophisticated arms because their sponsors are buying them enough arms, and remember, this is not conventional warfare. So you cannot say, okay, army, we are going to get them. No, these guys are asymmetric, what we call asymmetric. That is, they don't wear uniform. They mix up with the people. You don't know them. You don't know them. And sometimes if you try to kill some of them, you might even kill innocent civilians. So the war situation, the environment is more complicated and is more intricate, okay? So the government is doing that. But the political will you are talking about have to be practiced somewhere else. And that is by identifying the sponsors, arresting them, prosecuting them, and shaming them, bring them to public so that the public will know that these are the people who are worrying the country. But I don't think, in politics, like I told you, security has been politicized. So with what is going on, even the president have to be careful because, maybe some of the people might be his party members. Some people might be having some political leverage that they are trying to use against the president and so forth.
Okay, we have 3 minutes to the break, and I'd like to pick into your security intelligence. Of course, you were the former deputy director of the DSS. Let's look at, I know we've all been in situations where maybe we try to transport some people for a burial. Just taking 15, 20 people in a bus to a village to go for traditional wedding or whatever occasion, as we call it, it's not a very easy thing to do. Like you pointed out earlier, the logistics required to transport 100 people, 200 and something people, even 50 from a school to another location is one that does not happen covertly. Somebody will see a vehicle. Like there are things that would show that this has happened. So how have they been not able to go under the radar of security, successfully abducting 50 to 100 and 200 kids every single time successfully? How does that happen? Even not just being noticed by bystanders.
Now, this is what I'm telling you. There are two factors, two very important factors. One, insiders.
Okay.
The insider threat. When you have an insider who is sabotaging your efforts, whichever move you take, they tell the other side. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the insider threat is very, very, rife, whereby people in government, they even know, what security, if they want to deploy people, where even the president is at any time, they can know. And then, of course, sabotage that. The second part is physical environment. The physical environment is that Nigeria is a vast country.
Yeah,
a very vast country. And these bandits are hiding in what we call the ungoverned spaces, inside forests. There is no policeman there. There is no security army or DSS there. It's ungoverned. That's why we call them ungoverned spaces. Now, in these ungoverned spaces, people hide out. And before even the police can get to that place, it will take them hours. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And then, of course, the police themselves are not enough. Do you know that in a country of 230 million, the police, the army, the DSS, NSCDC, custom, immigration, all of them are not up to 1.5 million people. They are not up to 1.5. So where do we have the people to go and take care of this? Even the police, The police is less than 500,000. But more than 100,000 or almost 200,000 of those policemen they call mopols are given to private individuals, or they are following government officials, local government chairmen. What does a local government chairman need 7 or 10 mopols for? Look, check it out. Anywhere you go, if you see a local government chairman, he has a whole bunch of mopols following him. Why are they following him? Is he scared of his own people?
Okay,
He's
so
supposed to be a man of the people.
we will have to put a pin on that. We have a break that's come up now. After the break, of course, we talk some more. Please stay with us.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
The words and voice of the Kebbi State Governor Nasir Idris assuring parents of the schoolgirls abducted from Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School their efforts on the way to rescue those children. And it's important to note, according to multiple news sources, that 145 people have been missing in 4 days. That, of course, includes the 25 female students kidnapped from the Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Maga of Kebbi State. I still have my guest with me. He is Mr. Dennis Amachree, former Deputy Director, Department of State Services, as DSS. He's a security consultant and expert, and he joins me virtually. You're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, even though the conversation is virtual, you can watch it live on Facebook. That's www.facebook.com/Nigeria InfoPH. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Any of these platforms, you can watch, listen, and engage, and of course, see our guest as well. Now, Mr. Amachree, before the break, you talked about why it was easy for the terrorists to pull this off. You said they were insiders and they operated in ungoverned spaces. Also, we are, short-staffed when it comes to security. We don't have enough policemen, we don't have enough soldiers, and we need more. But now, what would seem like the alternative would be localized intelligence. Can the community, vigilante, local security structures play any part in helping to curb this menace in any way, shape, or form?
Well, if you remember very well, what we have been, advocating is state police, because crime is local. All these ungoverned spaces are in a local government area.
True.
So if we have state police and we have DPOs, divisional police officers or divisional police stations, they will cover these ungoverned spaces, and we have enough people that will, be in that local government. Enough. Then they can be able to handle this kind of situation even before it grows to this level. Because right now, if you even go to any small town, go to any DPO in a small town, and then check how many people he has. You might not have up to 15 people, 15 policemen, and maybe only one vehicle. So they are not, the capacity is not there. And that is what we have to do. A government is supposed to look at the first responsibility of government is to protect life and property. And that life and property, we have abandoned it and busy, earning a big salary. Local government chairmen are collecting money more than they've ever seen in their lives, using it anyhow they like. Legislators are collecting 14 million naira a month when minimum wage, you remember how long people were fighting, striking, and doing until it moved from 30,000 naira a month to whatever it is now. So we have not ordered our priorities. And you cannot continue running a country like that, because before you start doing that, you find out that there will be problem. Most of these bandits, the ones besides the foreign ones that came in, some of the other ones with Boko Haram and all those people are ordinary, street urchins that were recruited, because they are easily recruited.
Yeah.
Come join us. We can kidnap people. They will get millions. We'll buy food for you. You eat. We can even pay you money. So they are happy to join. You find out that the bandits never lack soldiers.
Yeah.
If you kill a lot, they get more. Because the recruitment ground is very fertile for them. So these are the problems. These are the problems that a country is facing. And when we are not able to handle it, you see outsiders like America will come in and say, "Oh, they are killing Christians. Let's go and help Nigerian people." But that's the thing. You invite them. And I tell you, no country will leave its country and come to your country to help you without any personal interest, okay? So that one is also there.
Okay, we've had members of the National Assembly suggest at different times that citizens should arm themselves for self-protection. Do you think that this is a good idea? And if that happens, do you think it will curb this menace in any way?
Why are they telling people to arm themselves? Because they are carrying 20 mopols following them around. Then citizens should arm themselves. In fact, I'm very, very disappointed in the Nigerian National Assembly. It seems that they are not in that country. They're in a different country altogether. And they don't know that what they are doing can backfire. So why are we spending the money for defense? And when they spend the money for defense, all the money does not get down to the security agents. They will tell you the highest budget in Nigeria, the highest budget is the defense budget. But all don't get. I have colleagues. I ask them, they tell me. Sometimes they are stranded of funds. So why are the legislators doing that? To amend just a section of the Nigerian Constitution so that we can get state police. It's taking them almost a year now. They can't do it. But if it is time to suspend one of them or to do one, they can do it easily. So they have to either reorder their priorities or, I think sit down and really talk to the Nigerian people.
All right, finally, Mr. Amachree, what must government do immediately? Because this is a matter of urgency. It's not about plans or what should come later. What needs to happen right now by government?
What needs to happen right now is that the government itself has identified some of these bandit supporters, financiers. They should go ahead and make the list public. Arrest who is supposed to be arrested, publish their names in the daily newspapers and the media, prosecute them. Tell the country that these are the people that are causing problem in this country, and we have got them. These are the facts. Let them go and defend themselves in court. Let there be no sacred cow. It is this sacred cow that we are keeping that makes the government not to have the political will. And we cannot continue like that. If they do this, even the bandits will start to run.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Amachree. Thank you for honoring us and always doing that when we have the opportunity to reach out. We appreciate it, sir.
Thank you for having me.
That was a pleasure. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
All right. That was the former deputy director of the DSS, Mr. Dennis Amachree. He's also, as you can tell, a security expert and consultant. And he has given us what would seem like a formula to handle our very pressing problems. Well, the questions are simple. What's your take on the wave of mass abductions plaguing Nigeria for over a decade? Since 2014, consistently, we've had abductions from schools across northern parts of the country. The numbers are called 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0003, WhatsApp is 080 903 416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Please turn off your radio as you call. It's very important so we can hear you and you can hear us. Hello, good evening. Good evening, what's your name?
Mr. Joseph.
All right, Joseph, can you turn off your radio, please?
Yes, I've left there.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I hope you know that government in a developed country, they fail to keep to their responsibilities. Citizens come out to protest and demand for the resignation of those government. But in Nigeria, we are too docile. It seems we don't even understand our rights. You come in as a government, you understand the challenges associated with your people. It is expected that you should do the needful. But over here, we play politics with everything. What takes the government setting up cameras or whatever devices that could track and handle arrest all these challenges that we have around us? Go around our community, we see government schools being vandalized. No cameras, no security personnel attached to those places. So I want to ask that by 2027, if we are electing our leaders, we should put those things in perspective. We should not just go because we want somebody to represent us, but somebody that can protect our interests. Okay. That is my stand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. B.O.B. calls from Biama. Hello, B.O.B.
B.O.B. Good evening.
Good evening. Please turn off your radio.
Okay, I also. This matter, I beg to disagree a little with that man. He said something that are okay. But one part he said that this side of these people are ungovernable. It is ungovernable and they use bikes. So there might be some cases of the demand for ransom, including motorbike, and they are particular to name the type of bike they want. About 150 or so tiger machines. They demand for rice. They demand, how do they carry those people to all those places where they demand those people? The rice, the beans, the gari, whatever they demanded in the ransom with the bike. See, Nigeria, like he said, in that aspect, he said that it's a known thing. The people are sponsoring them. They know them. And they arrested some of them. And they now say that those people they arrested should be given amnesty. And some of them are in the Nigerian army as a citizen. How will it work? You know, and I want to quickly say this. The drone they sent to forest where Tubaba camp in River State, particularly in Ahoda, when that DPO was murdered. You know, the drone is finished now, that they could not send it to that Sambisa forest, to whatever place they are, tropical region they are staying in that part of the country. Can they send those drones that can assault the air there, make them to sleep, then go and capture them?
All right, B.O.B. B.O.B.
Yes, I'm hearing you.
I wanted you to finish before I, respond. My guest did not say that those places are ungovernable. He said they are ungoverned spaces.
Okay.
And what he meant by that is the expanse of land is so wide and there is little to no government or security presence. That's why it's easy for the bandits or terrorists to have their day in those spaces. That is what he meant by ungoverned spaces.
Okay. And now, Nigeria, too, their own side, the government, they are talking about community policing. There's no way a policeman will know the forest that's in a rural area.
All right. I'll have to keep your contributions to 60 seconds so we can take as many calls as possible. I've lost that call from Innocent. Elder Dan calls from Omuma. Good evening, Elder Dan.
Good evening.
Good evening. You have a minute.
Yes. My own is that the man, the security expert, has spoken a lot and enough. If at all, Nigerian government and the citizen will follow his advice. One, government in place before this time, the past administration from 2007, all of them knows the sponsors of all these criminals, and they continue to shade them, making them sacred cow. Then it has developed to the extent that if Tinubu means to stop it or to minimize it, he has to invite foreign hands and tell the National Assembly to approve community policing. With these two ideas of bringing personnel, professionals from outside country.
Okay.
Because some of these bandits has been secretly employed into our security agents.
All right.
That some will be at Port Harcourt. When you are coming to Igbo, those people at Port Harcourt will call the boys because they know they are their boys before. They give them information.
All right, Elder Dan, thank you very much. Let's take messages. Sam, the Brigadier General Uba was ambushed and killed. Reminds me of the kind of military culture in place during my NYC at Chidi Barak, Zaria. Then I was told that if you killed one army man, that means you've declared war against the whole country. But now Boko Haram and ISWAP terrorists and bandits kill army generals, yet nothing happens. Can you guess, make us understand if military in Nigeria is the same as the one that overran strong militia groups in Liberia, Sierra Leone in a matter of months? Secondly, how can the military that cannot rescue itself rescue those school children? Some abduction in this country seemed like a lucrative business that will not end simply based on the fact that it has been tolerated and overlooked for too long. It's now like a tree that has grown with branches and massive fruits, Ibeem says. Curbing insecurity in our beloved nation is worrisome and requires a holistic approach by all Nigerians, irrespective of our political or religious differences. Also, the government should strengthen and equip security agencies with modern equipment and training and rely on intelligence gathering against fifth columnists. Additionally, the welfare of our gallant troops at the battlefront is paramount to boost their morale. Favor calls from Orazi. Good evening, Favor.
Good evening, Oracle.
Good evening.
The first thing I want to say is every country has ungoverned space. You just call the police, that's all, and they come there. And if you talk about Nigerian population, China has 1.2 billion, which is 6 times Nigerian population. So I really don't know. I really don't understand what your guest was talking about. So if there are ungoverned spaces, they call the police, they call the SWAT, at least something like that in America, and they come with choppers. Wherever the criminal runs to, they find him, they arrest him. Why is the case different in Nigeria? Why? I don't get it at all. 25 girls taken. They just blown into the car. They were carried into whatever they used in taking them. And it took time, at least 2 hours. And nothing happened, and people were just watching. I really don't know what is going on in this country. There's really no excuse.
Okay, Favor.
Okay.
While I'm not taking
Please,
sides...
Can I finish?
Okay, please finish.
Yes. The Air Force has been coming here with airstrikes against people doing, is it bullfire or whatever they call it. So they can't use such choppers against those people. I don't get it at all. There's no excuse. The military, I don't think that Boko Haram is bigger than the military. There's guerrilla warfare everywhere in this world. And the army, the police, the mobile, they tackle every country you go. Why is Nigeria like this? And it's everyday's excuses. That's all I have to say. I don't know what you want to say.
Okay. Now, what I wanted to say is you have to look at the police to citizen ratio. China could have in billions. Ask yourself, how many officers do they have?
Why can't you track the ungoverned places with choppers as they do here with bullfire?
Favor, I am responding to the concern that you raised. You're comparing us to China, and I'm playing a numbers game. If we have 200 million people and less than 1 million police officers, and China has 1 billion people and has officers running in billions.
The Niger Delta, they every day here with air strikes.
I am not arguing with you, Favor. I'm responding to your concern about ungoverned spaces and policing. If a country has 1 police to 5 citizens, another country has 1 police to 1,000 citizens, policing cannot happen on the same level.
So you can just kill a military man and nobody has said. When it happened in Warri, what happened? They just went there and gathered boys.
I'm not saying it is okay.
So what is going on?
I'm telling you why it is like this in Nigeria. It's a question of numbers. So if you're comparing Nigeria to China, you have to look at the numbers as well.
It's everywhere in the world, no matter how small. Go to Kosovo, go to Bosnia in Europe. You can't just kill somebody and run away, run into the forest.
Thank you, Favor. It's very clear you and I do not understand each other. Justice called from Ahoda. All right, Justice, thank you very much. The governor has said it all. He didn't come to rescue the girls. He came to talk confidence in the parents so they will have hope. And the funny thing with hope is that you can hope for 10 expecting results, but none will come. Well, my dear, the governor did say that the girls will be rescued. He gave them that assurance. The Nigerian government should hand over the northern region to... God, they tell me, no, I'm not taking that message. Thank you very much. All right. Good evening, sir. The matter is very critical for me. I buy the idea of Nigerians going fully armed since government is now helpless. Tell me why they cannot fish out those sponsoring them up till now. And Ziadi Blessing SN says, thank you. Thank you very much. Sam, did I hear your guest say Nigeria is short of security operatives? Just a few days ago, a whopping 55,000 security personnel were sent to Anambra for elections. Can they send this number or more of security personnel to flood Kebbi and rescue those girls? Uche Nwachuku from Boba. Well, Uche, even the police themselves, according to their official data, have stated that, they're not enough. The official police record, at least the data in the public space, we don't have up to 1 million police officers. It's in the public space. So, unless the data is inaccurate, of course, you can tell that that's not enough for 200 million people. I'll take my final comment as we wrap it up. Sam, to me, the best way to fight insecurity is to create jobs. John, you have a very strong point there. Thank you very much, John. And on that note, we do wrap it up. Thanks for being a part of the show. Stay with us.